So can you get married to someone who earns 70,000 months?
Yes, I can. I can marry someone that earns 70,000 monthly.
Okay.
Yes.
Like business behind that.
That's because it's still okay because actually myself I'll be working. So 70,000 to me is okay. I can marry someone who earns 70,000. I'll my money and his money. So it will be cool. I'm fine with it. 70,000.
It's not, yeah, yeah. I've seen just this my friend. Those very she's very junior to me. Husband when they got married, the man was at any 80,000 naira from the bank now. As the guy's salary was 80,000 naira when they got married, and the girl's salary was it up to 50,000, not even up to 50,000 for 45,000. All this their government work they give to them, and they marry and they're happy. They have a daughter now. You know, when a girl really loves you, she don't care. She will marry you and manage with you and build with you. That's what I was trying to say the other time when Tupsi was around. Sorry to use her name because she's not on the platform. Anyway, when I was saying that the problem we men have these days is that we tend to marry women that we are the women last options. You know, so when we tend to be their last option, the things we did to ensure them to be with us, we keep doing it when we are with them. The day we stop doing it, the very day we stop doing it, that day you will say she will recount her love you have for the guy and move on. But you married a woman that likes you from day one, from the first 5 seconds he sees you. Actually, the woman, if you're not careful, that woman will make you lazy because anything you say, she will tell you, "Don't worry, honey, we can be together." He will give you so much courage that you feel you're on top of the world. You know, that's to know that the woman that is for you, she will always take anything you give to her, multiply it and give you back. If you see your struggle, if she cannot give you money, she will give you word of support, moral support, and make you believe you can do undo. You know, that's why you see some men, he will be he's poor, he have like 7 kids, and the wife seems so very happy. The woman is very comfortable. That don't worry, it's okay. We are okay. I'm not looking for big money. I'm not looking for this. You are this, you are that, you are okay. The woman, you should go to farm, the man will go to one place, or she go to a market, say small thing, she said, the man brings little money, the all together, cook and give to the kids, manage the school. The way you know the woman that really cares about you. But all those other ones you marry because in their list of options, you were never the first, but you're just one of the okay ones. The one she really wanted didn't come true, didn't fall through. Now she expects you to give her those promises that she was expecting for the first one. So when you made that promise and you get into that marriage and says you start doing all that, you have to do all that to assure her that promises. The day you stop it, that day she'll tell you, "I don't think you love me anymore." She'll tell you, "I don't think you, the man, love me because you don't show care anymore." You know, what not change? You know, so that's just the problem. I don't think this young Gen Z, how they call them, they will, they can cope with that life. I hope they can.
Can you guys
Yeah,
hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Am I low or is it okay?
No, you're okay.
It's
Oh,
okay,
okay.
Babati. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Wapis, how are you doing, man?
I'm great, man.
Yeah, for this, I think there's this cultural shift that people are discounting. The dynamics of relationship, in this case, long-term relationship, has shifted a little bit in terms of who is the provider. That dynamics has shifted. Women now make more money now. They are more educated now. And by nature's design, of course, they want someone that makes more. So if you're making more as a man, the bracket of men that you can find becomes it becomes smaller. So and I also think the pressure from the society as well. People want to live a certain way, and that also contributes as well. But like what people were saying, there is more than money. I mean, that's the reason why you see a guy that has money and still can't find a date.
Mm.
So sometimes it's not really about money. It's about you being a man as well. So it's like everybody wants the ultimate package in like the same way a man wants it as
But
well.
Babati, are you
Yeah. So,
talking in general sense or you are talking in Nigerian sense? Can
no.
we just divide it?
No. Women are women anywhere in the world. Don't let anybody fool you. All this, It just
No, I
no.
disagree.
Oh,
Baba T.
hold on. Let me
No.
no. Let me explain
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean. Like
yeah.
the natural instinct of a woman is what? Like what people were saying in there. The shoulders are built for work. The hips are not built for labor. Women are naturally not going to. I mean, for long term now, not girlfriend, whatever, but for marriage, long term prospect. They want comfort. They want stability. They want strength. So there are elements in you. There are things in a man that they look for. Money, of course, is a huge factor. A man with confidence, a man with vision, a man with goals, a man that can correct them. You are almost like a small daddy. I'm sorry, some women might be listening, but that's the harsh reality. You must be able to manage your woman. Don't let me use the word control. You must be able to manage a woman. She needs that in you. She needs you to be in charge because when she starts becoming emotional, she needs you to be the solid rock. So if you're a man and you meet a woman, for instance, now she's complaining, you are complaining, she will lose interest. So when she's complaining, she needs you to be steady. That is the kind of man they respect. So you can have so if you have all the money, all the resources, but you're lacking that manly qualities, those alpha dominant qualities, they might take your money for a while, but they'll go fuck anybody somebody else. So it's just you just there's more to
Baba T
money.
now.
Oh
Baba
oh oh
T.
oh
That
oh oh
is
oh I'm sorry I'm sorry, but
that's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
but I'm saying that being a simp is being marketed as the ultimate prize, which is wrong. But I have a vision as a man. Of course, there's always going to be levels to it. That's just the reality. Some women, if they're making $100,000 a year, they're fine with that. If you can make them believe in your vision of
Prince, hold on. Baba T, hold on. Prince,
Yeah.
your audio is bad, man. Very
Wow.
bad, please. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Um, yeah, Baba T, go. Is Baba T there?
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes,
can
sorry.
hear you. Yes. Yeah.
So bringing it back to modern times now, what we have right now, I think what happens is the investment in your partner. People are not willing to invest anymore. They are just looking for like a ready-made, like you called it, your lunch ago mentality. Nobody wants a surulere anymore. But because even that surulere, the people don't see potential anymore. People want what is guaranteed. So, but you can't blame them as well because if you look at the environment they live in America now, for instance, most families require two paychecks to survive. That's just the reality. Anybody would, some people tell you, but it depends on your lifestyle. But the average American household needs two paychecks to survive. So that means there's more to than just love. I can love you all I want, but if I'm going to have kids with you as a woman, you better have something coming in. So
Baba
because
T,
yeah,
I have four paychecks.
that 4 jobs I be.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. That now, as just look at it from a woman's perspective. Forget the feminist propaganda out there. You're strong in the. Forget all that. We're discussing nature now. You're supposed to provide the house. She makes it the home. So there's more to than just love. That's why the high class society people in the environment, the people that have money, the rich and powerful, they never marry for love. They understand the dynamics of society. Marriage is not about love. I mean, there's part of it that is love, but it's mostly economic, social status, and class. You have to plan. It's for your interest, economic interest. How does it benefit the family, your future? So you can't blame a woman that wants what is guaranteed and what is certain. She can have sex with the fine boy, the tall, dark, handsome guy, but when she's ready to marry, there are things that some men are lacking, unfortunately, that they have the money, but they are missing the other parts. So as a man, you have to be rock steady. So I don't blame the woman, or I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You can't blame them for wanting what's guaranteed. It's just that sometimes they need guidance in picking the right partner. That,
But
but
Babati,
yeah,
we were talking about something earlier on. Is
yeah.
there a crime for your spouse, as a female spouse, to
Mhm.
be earning more than the guy, the
Um,
husband?
I feel like based on what I've seen around me, it's better sometimes. That is okay if she was earning more before you got married. Let's say the man was earning more. This is what I've seen from friends around me that have gotten divorced or people I've known. When the woman is making more before they get married, before they got married, there's usually no issue. But when the man is making more, and let's say the woman then gets better, goes back to school, or gets promotion and is now making money, when there's a shift in that power dynamics and it's not properly managed by the man's ego or by the woman, it becomes very dangerous. And also it depends on how wide the margin is, and secondly, what how they were paying the bills before she started making more money. So let's say you were making 100K, she was making 50, right? And you are paying most of the bills and she was paying some part of the bill. Now she's making more money, then you want her to pick up some slack. You might have some issues there. So it depends on the kind of arrangement they had before she had the money or before they came into the marriage. But in the Nigerian case, let me use the popular one. She's a nurse, right? Let's say Thomas is earning 50K a year, right? And Thomas goes to Nigeria to go and bring one woman and sends her to nursing school. She finishes school. Now she's making 80 to 90K a year now, right? Thomas with that 50K was already struggling, but was working extra just to make that 50K. Now Thomas will say, "Ah, babe, oh, you have finished school now. Oh, start paying some of the bills." Oh, then she now tell you that, but you are the man now, and you're like, "Ah, but you make more money." If that is not if that is not managed properly, it always ends up terribly. So I think it's the communication issue between couples, and that's what is going on. It's a communication problem, not being clear about how you pay bills. Because when I went on a date when I was dating, I'm telling you, a year or two into our dating, we were discussing bills, retirement plans, pension plans. How many kids do you want to have? Do you like to travel? Like beyond the beyond the mushy mushy stuff. Oh, Thomas, we're already discussing. Forget
The
love.
real life,
Yeah.
real
If
life,
if I
way
lose my
forward.
yeah, if I lose my job, I mean, we're discussing everything. What do you want to leave? What kind of house do you want to buy? This and that stuff like that. So when we started, we only had like a 3 bedroom, like a small 3 bedroom, because we were like, let's start small, let's build from the scratch. But people will get married, they want that big 500K house, stuff like that. They want that fantasy. So whoever you are dating, you must be clear. Communication is very important. You got yeah,
Babati,
yeah.
let me tell you some. This is a private. I don't know why I want to say this, but that's fine. Um, Actually, when I came into this country, my wife she's already a nurse from Nigeria. I mean, RN from Nigeria. So when we came into this country, for her to go into the system, it's very easy for her. She just need to do a 3 month course, then she will be automatically RN in Australia. You know what I mean? But me as an engineer in Nigeria, for me to further more here, I have to, you know what I mean? I have to read more. When we came here, she's any more than me as a nurse. I didn't see it anything as, you know what I mean? I didn't see it as a crime because she's not proud about it. We have joint account. You know what I mean? But later on, I became very good. I'm earning more than her. We are almost earning the same thing. So I didn't see anything bad in a female spouse any more than the husband. You understand what I mean? It's not a crime,
No, no,
but it's only if the man is not trying to better his
himself.
life. You know what I mean?
No,
To
Can I say something?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah. About T, let me say something, please. I'm sorry. You see, there's a good book. I don't want to call the name of the book because whenever I mention that book name, some people will say, "Yeah, don't bring that here." The book says, it says, Yoruba says, "O bring it," or what it says in another word, a capable wife who can find. Get it? So a woman who is capable, a woman that a man would desire, They are very, very rare. So maybe you, Thomas, you were fortunate to have one of such women that um, I mean, will respect you, will still um, view you as the husband, even when she makes more than you. But it has been seen that in recent times, uh, let me just say in recent times, over some decades now, that when women make more than men, there's always trouble in that relationship. That relationship starts going south because women have this. I don't know if you ever heard about. There's this concept called hypergamy.
Hypergamy, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, hypergamy.
Yes, yes, you are right. Yeah, yeah.
So women, they always want to do the best. They always want the best. If at the time when she married you, you were doing well better than her, as soon as she overtakes you, she starts asking some questions. Can I get a better man than this guy? It's in their nature. It's a woman nature to want to do the best, which is they want to have the best of the best. So that thing in them, that hypergamy in them, it's something that most women, let me not say all women, most women, it's a feminine uh,
Right.
quality or attitude that they have. It's their nature.
It's a trait.
It's a trait. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
But,
want.
Spinner, that's the reason why I said it's better sometimes that she's already making more money before you got together. So at least she knows where you're coming from, as opposed to you
Thomas,
making
am I
more,
good now?
then she overtakes you. You see my point, Spinner? Like sometimes it's better that she's already making more money before you got married. The issue is
Well,
that
you
yeah,
see, Babati, sorry, Babati, you're right. You see, one thing about women is you can hardly predict. You can hardly predict. I've seen couples
Um,
like
um, National Mind, hold on, please. Prince, we love to hear from you. Your audio is bad, man. Maybe you should use hands free, or I don't know. We barely can hear you. Anytime you come in, the audio is so bad. I don't know. Yeah,
I,
Rational Mind, continue.
Spinner.
Sorry, Babati. Prince, can you come in for a moment? Let's see. I think it's Prince on mute and say something. Let's see.
Okay, hello guys.
Yeah, so we can hear you. I think you have two devices on, and one is conflicting against the other. So if you have us on YouTube as well as on the studio, then either mute YouTube or
Yeah,
something
I
because
have
sometimes
two
yeah.
two lines. I just actually shut down my other phone. I thought it was interfering, but now I think the same problem still persists.
All right. Yes, I can still hear it.
Oh,
So
really?
if you have YouTube and the studio on both at the same time, then it will conflict against you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Rational Mind, continue, please.
uh, Prince. Okay, good. So, thank you for that. So anyway, so you see, I've seen. You see, one thing about marriage.
But Rational Mind, let me say this.
Okay,
Don't you think if you really find a good woman that any more than me won't be any issue? So far the guy is trying to better his life. You know what I mean? It's not that my wife is now ending, because let me just set an example. I have a family here. They have four. The wife is a nurse, and to take four kids to childcare here, is crazy. So the wife, they decide, both of them, they decide that the man will be having just small shifts to take care of the kids, and the wife is working, because wife is earning very well. The wife is working very well back and front, but the man is picking up, doing just small shift, and is taking care of the kids, because yeah, one day they could be collecting almost $120 per day for one kid, times $120 times four kids in a day. You are not even earning that much. You understand what I mean? So,
I
and
get
they
you.
are fine. The wife is working very well, earning very well, very good earn. The husband is just working scattered job, and they're taking care of the kids. No, they made their kids the priority. They didn't look at, I'm earning more than my wife. It's not that the guy cannot earn more, but they thought the wife is earning more as a nurse. So, but you understand what I mean?
I totally understand
And
what you mean, what you're saying.
yes,
But
and
what,
they have good home, happy home. There's
yeah,
nothing like,
you
I'm
see,
earning more than my
you see,
husband. Yeah.
yeah, you see, the thing is, like I said, very good women. The good women are very rare. What I mean, good women, real good women, they're very rare. If you've been, if you've been out there, you've had friends, you've seen it all. What I mean with relationships of different kinds. I mean, I have friends, I've seen it through all like that. So, what I'm trying to say is this, Thomas, is that maybe you are one of those few guys who are so fortunate to have such a supportive woman who doesn't, whether you have, you don't have, still she's there, which for you, she'll always be there. But one thing is, women, let me not say all women, but most women are like that. It's in their nature to want to do the best. When I mean the best, they want the best. So, I mean, there are couples who started well. The guy was having, I mean, you must have had stories of guys who were doing fine. He had businesses, but as soon as his business goes down, he wasn't doing well anymore. He's trying to come back again. He's not able to do that. I mean, you might just walk away, just like she gave up on the guy. There's been stories like that. That's the hypergamy there, because they feel like, well, this guy is not. I can do better. I can look for better guys out there. But then the thing is, for most of them, they find out in the hard way. They learn in the hard way that the dating scene out there, the dating situation out there is very worse now. And most guys, they just F bodies. I mean, F boy now. They just don't want to commit to any guy. I mean, to any woman. So you see, it's time that some women just need to understand that uh, that thing in them, that tendency in them, they need to tame it. Uh, Most men now, men too, they have their own struggles too. Many men, they have their own struggles within themselves. The society has taught men that you should just keep quiet, and whatever emotion you have, don't display it. Don't. That's why a lot of guys. I don't know if you listen to what Patoski was telling us some few days ago, and I've seen examples of that too. When because of the society tells that men should be strong, men does not have to. They need to be stoic. They don't need to express their emotion and all of that. But some of them are dying. They are dying within themselves, and that leads so many of them to commit S. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just snuff their life, take their life out, because mentally they are going through a lot. But the society tells them, shut up and just bottle it up and don't show it out. When you live with a woman who constantly just remind you of your feelings, who constantly nag you and nag you and nag you, I mean, just a little time before the guy will just explode. And people react in different ways. Some people, maybe because they don't want to harm the woman or harm their kids, they just snuff their life out. Just kill. I mean, just get rid of themselves. And some, they just take care of their wife and their kids and just snuff everybody's life off. We've had extreme cases like that. So I think you see, one thing about me is that my conclusion is just that if you're just fortunate to have a good woman, that's it. But then does that mean that you can't work towards having a very good family, a family life, a good family situation? Yes, you can still do that. But everything depends on if both of you are willing to work together. Both of you must be willing to work together. But when one person is trying to work it out and the other person is not supporting that person, it will never work. No matter what you do, it will never work. So both have to be on the same page. But how can you find that person that will be on the same page with you? But like I said, I've often said, I've said on this platform, most men are very simple creatures. I would say most men are very simple creatures. Just give them that peace of mind, give them their food. Just give them that food they need. They don't need elaborate, very expensive food. Just give them, make him feel dignified. I know. Again, I want to talk about that same book where it says that what a man crave for a woman is that respect. If women really understand that your man should be respected, and I know some people want to sell this narrative like Dupe was trying to sell us the other day, it should be earned. Well, why is it's true that sometimes respect needs to be earned, but then if you hinge it on that alone, that it needs to be earned, then you're pushing a man to a point whereby he will look at it like, okay, so If I don't earn it now, in your own version of earning it, then I won't be respected. And that's a recipe for a disaster, for a troubled relationship or a troubled marriage in that sense. But you need to let your man feel that respect first. Let him feel that respect. Even though he is, as long as he doesn't abuse you, he doesn't beat you, he doesn't act violent towards you, give him that respect. Then let the rest take their place. But when you're saying that no, because he doesn't provide for you, he doesn't do this and that, and then you start disrespecting him, that's a recipe for disaster. That's a conflict in marriage. So you see, relationship is a very, very difficult thing. If only people understand it. Yeah, we can work it out. People can work it out, but both of them must be willing to be on the same page. If both of you are not on the same page, forget it. It will not work.
Rational mind. Sorry, rational mind. You know, if you look at from the Bible aspect, twice arbitrary times God destroyed the world. It was because women was demanding so much. They want to be heard and they want to be free. Because of their freedom led to the destruction of the world, according to the Bible. They became promiscuous and all that. And same thing is still happening right now. I don't know why women feel that they need to be heard or they need to be respected. Like if they're not being respected, I cannot really speak for women anyway. I'll speak from the men's side. But what I just feel is this: I think they are demanding too much. If you look at it, this shift we are noticing, it started from women. Men don't respect us. They turn out to become gay. From gay to LGBT, from LGBT now they are transgender. It's never enough. Now it's no longer LGBT anymore, feminism or equal right. You just keep demanding and demanding and demanding. Look at the laws being placed in any Western world for women. Just like it's like they're attacking women every day. Every day they create law to protect women. Like men are attacking them. Up to the extent that marriage is not that really fun anymore in some countries. You cannot really talk to your wife. If you say anything, it's like yes, I think there's a law they're trying to pass. Like if you use some certain words, it's like a verbal harassment. So if women continue on this pace, I don't think men will become the women and the women will become men. And at what point are we going to tell them to stop? Because they have to realize that they are women, for crying out loud, and men is men. There are things men can do that women cannot do, and there are things women will do that a man will not do. Not that a man cannot do it, but he will not do it. So there have to be this understanding between men and women. And again, women keep saying respect is being owned. That's where the biggest problem lie right now. A man does not need to own the respect from his wife. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. Idia brings over soccer for me. It's not a competition. That's the only one thing you owe that man as your husband. You have to give him that respect. That's what carries the man on to go out there and work, struggle, and come back. And he's coming to a peaceful home. He's coming to a home that somebody will respect him. Even though they disrespect him outside, that there's somebody at home that will give him that respect. But if he comes home and has to prove his respect, then what is it not? Is it not like a challenge? I don't get it. I think our mothers need to do a lot to talk to our daughter, our sisters, to make them understand it's not a challenge between the men and the women. And there are only two people created in this world, on this earth. There are two creatures alone, or human race created, is man and a woman. A man will marry a woman will get married to a man. There's no way they rule that a man will go and marry a gorilla, a woman will marry an elephant. It's man to a woman. So why are we fighting ourselves? Why are we creating law that is not there? There's a universal law, there's a moral law, and there's a basic instinct on your concept that you have to, on your consciousness, you have to know that when you marry a man, for the good and the bad and the ugly, that carried marriage. A marriage cannot be everyday happy. A marriage cannot be everyday fighting. If you fight every day in your marriage, it will not last. If you're happy every day of your marriage, it will not last. There needs to be a balance. But these days, some women see fighting in a marriage like not supposed to be there. Some people think the happiness you have to be there every day. It's not like that. The fighting and the happiness, that would balance the marriage. Hold on, this boy is giving me a hard time. Hold on.
Last year, I a friend of mine, he just finalized his divorce in February this year. That thing is a little long process, over a year plus, and what that woman and the court system put. I don't know the law system in Australia or Nigeria, but in America, what they put this guy through, I would not wish it on my worst enemy. I mean, he lost his house, he lost his two kids, he's not paying child support, and it's also going to be paying spousal support as well. And it just so don't blame some people that don't want to get married at all, that they're scared of the system. I feel for him. So if you've seen people going through that, you will always be knowing your wife. Nobody ever knows. There's no perfect relationship. You might meet somebody, date for 5 years, then you marry them and like, what the hell, who did I marry? You never. It's by the grace of, by whoever, if you believe in God or Mole, whoever you believe in. I'm telling, no, because you can bring Thomas, I'm in healthcare, and
Mm-hmm.
I know what some of these women got on do. If I tell you what they do as married Nigerian women, you want to get married, you will stay single. I'm telling you. So so sometimes people think, even the people that married, they are suffering. Some people are suffering in their marriage. They're suffering. And because I remember I was listening last week to the program, and Ozzy Hondi was talking about, oh, the only way you can keep a marriage is perhaps if you involve, if she's very religious. Let me tell you, in America, for the first time in 74 years, 75 years in America, so-called religious people, they are even getting divorced at a higher rate than non-religious people in America for the first time in 74 years. That is to say, church going people that say that I'm going to church, they are not divorcing faster than non-religious people. So even the church itself doesn't guarantee that you're going to keep your family intact. And in our American system here, it promotes female independence. It's like a men 18 kind of environment.
Ẹgbẹ́ kí lọkọ ń ṣe, ẹgbẹ́ kí lọkọ ń ṣe.
So that's the kind of thing that they promote. So if your wife to be does not love or value marriage as an institution, then don't even do it. That is why I wonder sometimes, what do
How
people.
do you know they valued marriage institution?
But during the dating stage, sometimes you should forget the boobs, forget onion, forget ed, forget the breast, forget the boobs. Ask. I'm telling you,
Baba,
because no, people don't ask questions. I'm telling you, you don't research, you don't try to understand what is going on. Look at now, I was dating somebody in college now. She's beautiful lady, everything, no farmer, she was educated, everything. Man, I love money. My friends say I love money. I like to go out. Me, I go out, but it's not my nature. That's not my kind of style. You get my point? Eléyìí,
mm-hmm.
I fit. I'm already seeing some signs. You see my point?
Red flag, red
Eh,
flag.
but I can't say because she plays volleyball. I was playing football. She was playing volleyball. And she was a model in college. Beautiful girl, educated, smart. I can't say because of that. I started paying attention to some things. It's about details. Details. The same way a woman would test a man. Women test men and they would test men. Most men don't test women. They don't test. They don't do their own investigation. They are too caught up in what that visual, the optics. They don't look at what is behind near abekoko. How do you bad people say it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So if you want to have fun, don't worry about it. But if you are looking to get married to somebody, I'm telling you, do you know the funny story, Thomas? I actually met my wife in secondary school. I didn't even know it was how. I didn't know until she told I didn't even know. So you know how you have prefects now. Prefects now when people
Yeah,
come when people come late to school now. So
yeah.
we were in, she was in JSS 3. I was in SS3 now. So they came late, right? I and her friends they came late. So we tested she kneel down, the typical senior boy, whatever.
Saint, yeah, yeah.
So
Let's come out. The
one of my
seniority.
yeah, so one of my friends was now trying to toast a junior. Tried to toast one of them. So she now led those girls to start abusing us. We say our senior pangolo. Èmi ni senior pangolo. Ìwọ máa dì pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ school. That's and years went by and that we kind of I didn't even know that it was her. She was just I remember you. I'm like that was you when blah blah blah. But sometimes I'm not saying that you can't meet somebody later in life. Nígbà míì, if you meet early, it's better. You come up together, you know. You struggle together, you make it. But if that does not work, you need to also date. You know, get courtship. Abi in we have
Got
British
But
folklore. Yeah,
sorry for cutting you. Sorry for cutting you. You mentioned something about people divorcing, taking their houses.
yeah.
But
America, easy. Agbalimo lórí easy.
here, here in Australia is a pandemic now.
Mm.
Even the husband is scared of the wife to buy a house.
Thomas, do you know what's
As
crazy?
soon as, soon as they buy the house,
Well, I did.
the wife will just change. And here, if you have kids, they will kick the man out. If
Can
you
I
don't have
interject
kids,
a little bit?
yeah, let me finish my statement, then they can comment, please. If you have kids, they will kick the man house. If you don't have kids, they will sell the house and share it in between you. They don't care. So it's a big pandemic here. Single mother everywhere. Marriage zero.
Thomas, there's no incentive to keep the man in the house. There's no incentive for women. That's the way the country is designed. And crazy part is, Remy, you will still be paying for the mortgage, even though you're not there. They will kick you out, but you will still be paying for the house, even though you're not living
Okay,
there. Go ahead, friend.
let me quickly interject. First, before I talk about what the topic I've been talking about, because I lived in China for 12 years before moving to Europe, the law favor women in most parts of the world. Even in China at that time, there are women, they are always fixated on what do you have before I marry you. Do you have a house? Do you have a fat account? Do you have a car? Do you have everything? In fact, having a son in China is a cost for most parents because they have to save money for at least 20 or 25 years before their son gets married. Because nobody is going to marry you if you don't have a house or you don't have an apartment. So most women, they go for this kind of thing, knowingly that when they divorce, the house belongs to them. That's why most women get rich quickly. But like 7 or 8 years ago, the Chinese government changed that law. They change it because they know that this is becoming too rampant and it's not good for the people there. So they change the law that when you get married and even the house belongs to the husband, if you are divorcing, then you should sell this house and the money shared equally. They also go to the extent that couple can sign an agreement that this is what I'm bringing to the marriage, and this is what the wife is bringing to the marriage.
Or
So
prenup.
when you get divorced, everybody go with whatever they bring into the marriage. So
Remy,
it's fair. It's fair.
Remy, do you mean a prenup? It's called a prenup here, right? So that way you don't lose
Maybe
anything.
something like that.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it's called prenup.
yeah, maybe something like that. But when you look at the trajectory, this thing is interwoven into three. When you look at the trajectory of in the last 30 years, you can see that most of the law favors women in developed world. You can see the handwriting on the wall for a long time. So then come globalization. With globalization, everybody do business with one another. Sometimes we also share culture. And then come what we call the rave of the moment, social media. With social media, every woman want to marry a rich man, somebody that is already made. Sometimes you have some women, because I see some women, their priority is very high. And I look at you, I'm sorry to say this. You are not, because if you want to marry a rich man, The rich man will know, what do you have? To me, I think a rich man will think, you are extremely beautiful, so I can show you off in front of everybody. But some people, they are not even beautiful. They are nothing. They are nobody, and they still want this high standard. For working women, I respect working women, because if you are working and putting money on the table, contributing, I think there must be a fair share between you and your husband must also give you that respect. So when you also look at generation shift, you can see things have changed totally. Maybe during the 60s or 70s, women born at that range, maybe they can still think, okay, I have to struggle with my husband. But when you think about those one born maybe 90s upward, everybody just wants a made man. And because of that, it's not easy. There is inflation, that even in developed country now, there's so many unemployment issues and so many stuff. And some women, they don't want to have that patience. And for Nigerian women, the problem we are having is that before they come out, when they're in Nigeria, they can pretend. They say, okay, I will respect my husband, I will do this, I will do that. But when they get to developed country, some of them make a bad friend, or maybe they just think, oh, this is a law that give me a lot of freedom. So no man can treat me anyhow. And sorry for my language, most women now want men to provide for everything. They also want you to do very well in the other room. They want everything. It's not easy for a man.
Remi,
And some
Remi,
men will
Remi,
just be,
lo ọ̀pá ẹ̀yìn o, ọ̀pá ẹ̀yìn àti pápẹ́ran
um,
from what
so
piece?
it's not easy for a man. And so that's why some men will think, instead of getting married, I just have somebody. That is why you see a lot of baby mama. Okay, you can have the kid. I don't care. If I have money, I will give money. I'm talking about Nigerian context. But if you do something like that in America or these are developed nation, then you are in trouble. Because like what you said before, you will pay child support, spousal support, they take the house from him. But let's transverse it to Nigeria. If you divorce a woman, do you think they will give her the house or the apartment, or just take all the kids away? It won't happen in Nigeria. But once they touch that country, if you go to UK now, oh my God, it's totally terrible there. I'm telling you the truth. I have a friend that married a wife. The guy first went to London. After about 2 or 3 years, he brought his wife with his two daughters. And I don't know what, but sometimes for men to make ends meet, because the guy does not have paper, and then there's an arrangement between him and his wife that we have to get paper, and the only way is for me to go and marry a white woman or something like that so that he can get the paper. The woman accepted that, okay, fine, because of our children and everything. Okay, the man has not even started marrying the woman. Then this wife brought his just report. I don't know, maybe they have an argument at house. I mean, the woman just went there and called the police. I'm telling you, they deported that guy. Since that time, that guy never went back to London. And this woman has stayed in London with the two kids, does not bother to contact the man again. So many terrible bad stories. So be careful. That is when we talked the other time that one man went to Nigeria to go and bring a wife or brought a wife. To me, I think it's wrong. Because the moment they step in that developed country and they see a lot of rules, a lot of regulation that favors them, to be frank,
Remy,
developed country
Remy,
is
Remy,
women's world.
Remy, sorry,
Yeah.
can I ask you, what do you think about men that chose not to marry where they are, like in the UK, US, and Australia, and they decide to go back home to go and bring a woman? Why not marry where you are? Why do you advise against all four people going to
So
Nigeria to go bring a wife? Yeah.
this is a dilemma, because when, to me, going to marriage, it involves a lot of risk also, because sometimes everybody just pretend. You don't really know the actual character unless you dated this woman for a long time. Sometimes you can also check the parents or maybe the people around your wife, I mean your so-called girlfriend, before you even go to say, okay, let me marry this woman. So the problem, you go home, you bring the woman to Australia or to Canada, give the woman 1 or 2 years, she also change. So what can you do? So you can see, it's a man. That is the problem with men now. We're in a dilemma. I'm not sure the person I'm bringing in from Nigeria will give me the joy I want, and I'm not sure if marrying the person in America will also would kick me out at the end of the day. So I think, although we know we are in to be frank, we are in women's world. To be frank with you, They just want to control everything. And I listened to Dupsy the other day talking about some men who don't know how to care or how to show love to women. Tell me, a man that go for 8 hours job, a hard job, and bringing all the money to his wife to support his children, everybody, and you still want this man that works 6 days in 7 days in a week, you still want him to perform ultimately in the other room at night. Is he a Superman? It's not easy. So every woman now want to compare and contrast. The first thing about marriage is that don't marry any woman that compare and contrast with other men. That is failure. I learned that one from day one from my mom. If you have a girlfriend, the moment that girl is trying to compare you with other boys or whatever, just let her be, let her go. I have a free mind. If you're also married and the marriage is not doing fine, I think you can just, because all this house or car or whatever, sometimes I think it's material things of life. When you die, you're not going to take it. Just let it be and walk away. It's better for you to walk away a happy man that continue to be depressed and probably take your own life or maybe die young. Because sometimes some women push a lot of men to die young. Because in the essence, you want to satisfy your woman, you want to make her happy, you want to buy her a car, you want to give good education to our children or something like that. So, and you will be overworked, and this can also lead to health implications. I mean, so this is a very tough issue for men nowadays. You just have to find the right balance. If you think you are not getting the right happiness or joy, you can walk away, but be careful. You have to look at it very well. If you marry a woman that you know she is very, I mean, controlling or she claims human rights, better do a lot of things together with her so that you will still have some kind of money saved somewhere. Because if you both contribute 50-50%, even if they are giving all the house to her, you won't lose totally. So it's a very tough call for men nowadays. Because here in Europe that I stay, I see lots of single parents, and you will see the son, maybe mixed blood, or maybe, and so many women, in fact, it's very, very, it's nowadays it's very difficult for men to even go and say, oh, I want to date this woman. They are afraid because they don't know what might come out of it. You cannot touch, you cannot see, you cannot do nothing. So they are just coming out with a lot of law that protect the women. So
Remy, let me shock you. Let me shock you what I experienced here with one of our black folks here. As I'm speaking to you now, I know like 4 families, blacks. They are both blacks. Their wives have dragged them away from the house. Do you know the law here in Australia? They will not let you take a pin. A pin. Australia
Thomas,
is
Thomas.
yes, yeah.
suicidal for men. That
Yeah.
is suicidal, man.
Remy. I always
Yeah.
tell guys this when they ask me about them dating they want to marry. Always marry a woman in your own class. I'm sorry, it matters. Financial compatibility is if you have a master's degree, find somebody in that same class. Marry your own class is very important. You have to be compatible financially. It's not about love. There's more to mind than just loving people.
I
Because
supported you 100% with that
because if
assertion.
you are making the same money in the same class, oh yeah, as a woman, because you are like in that same ballpark, you know what it takes.
Yeah,
But
Otoni.
if you are making 200K in America, you gotta bring somebody from Nigeria to make Okoko. Now she's not making 100K. To her, it's oh my god, oh my you gone. So mind somebody in your class that you can understand how the things work in the same environment that grew up in that same culture. If you want in Nigeria, there are Nigerian girls that grew up in Australia now, that grew up in Canada, that grew up in the UK, that grew up in the US. Do your own, ask around, let the people help you find somebody. But that whole goes to
But,
Nigeria thing, I'm not for that
Babati,
one. No.
Babati, the society, I mean the government in the Western world, they are not helping issues.
No, no, no.
Let me
Yeah.
start. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. Let me finish, please. Then you can counter me. Here in Australia, if my wife walk to the police now that I assault her, they will not do any investigation. Yeah, they take it cook like and thinker. They will give you, they will call something here intervention or something, something. If he say he wants you to have out of the house tonight, they will give it straightforward. They don't even investigate. Here is woman's word, and man here is nothing unless you have a good wife that you guys are in the same page. Yeah, a man has walked up to me in church and crying. The wife he said, sit down there. He won't be that, won't be like that. Because he
Yeah,
will call the police. He will lie on
yeah.
him. They don't,
So
yeah, they
much,
don't do investigation at all.
yeah, so much.
Go
Just
on.
in addition, I know a man that he has been abroad for 10 years. He's in a dilemma. His wife is in Nigeria. He has a house for her, have 2 cars for her, give her business, but the woman continuing to pressurize him that she wants to stay with her husband, whatever. But the man always go home. But the man is like, he's in a dilemma. He's afraid because of all this story. Like, look, woman, I've done enough for you in Nigeria. I'm coming home every time. I know it's good for me to stay with you. But I think the bottom line is that's what you are saying. He is afraid that whenever this woman touch abroad and see all these women doing other things, she will start to make claim, and that is not good for him. This is a woman that he has made everything comfortable for her in Nigeria. You understand? So, like you said, in developed countries, it's totally a woman's world that everything just revolves around them. So men nowadays, in fact, I just don't understand anymore, to be frank, because there's a guy also here in Finland that married a Finnish, and this guy want to work. And as you know, all Nigerians, they want to work at maybe probably send some money home for maybe mother or father or whatever. This guy will work for 4 hours in a day, but the job supposed to be like 6 or 8 hours. The wife will call, come back home. I miss you. Come and stay with me. The guy was, oh my God, it's so crazy that the man, she does not allow the man to really work and make money. And when the man also make money, the woman will plan for their vacation or something like that. And still, you still control the man that you are doing more work. It's enough, but you still want to spend the money. So he's so confused that he doesn't know what to do. He's not blaming himself that in the first place he should have married. So many cases all around the world. So you see, I like, for example, if I have a man and I bring my wife and then or somebody bring his wife and then the wife continue to do something like that, you will feel, oh my God, with all the energy applying for the visa or the resident permit, all the money that is involved, and then now you are now in UK or Australia or Canada or wherever, and then you now continue with this kind of bad character. You are right, Thomas. It's almost the same thing everywhere here. It is the women's words or statement against yours. In fact, they don't listen to you because they think you are the man. You will probably have touched your wife or whatever. The most
Since we,
terrible thing.
sorry, since women started having their opinion, they want their opinion to be heard. People don't notice that we have more marriage, more divorce now than marriages. Since women want to be free, when they start championing equal right, uh, my word must be heard. We have more divorce, even more fast case of divorce than in the old. You have instances women will get married in less than 6 months, they divorce. Some 4 months they divorce. And same man you said is not good, you will divorce a man and you start dating on that man. It's very funny. Sorry.
Yeah, and in addition, you can also see that apart from the rate of divorce very high because of feminism and all that kind of stuff, you can see lots of women they say, "Oh, I don't want to get married," or even if I get married, I don't want to have a kid. There's a couple I know before in China. They are Chinese. They were married for like 7 years. Initially, they said they don't want to have a kid, but after about 4 years, the man will really want a kid, but the woman does not want a kid. It brings a lot of friction, and before you know it, the man just impregnates another woman outside. He doesn't care, and this brings a fight, and they divorce. And when they divorce, because they were rich, the woman have a lot of stuff, a lot of money, 2 or 3 houses or something like that. Now this woman just continue to sleep around with any man she likes. So I just, what kind of life is this? So you both agree that you are not going to have children. Now the man changes his mind. So like what he said before, you better marry the same person in the same league that really understand one another. So many things is going on. Married, no kids. Marry, you should not do this, you should not do that. This is what you must do. Comparing you and contrasting you with other people. This man or this woman husband is better. It's not really good. And I think I don't totally agree to submission. I believe in teamwork, and I believe in tabling my cases. Everything I do, I want to hear my wife's opinion. Sometimes I will take her opinion, but I will twist it around a little bit to make it look like okay, it's a both of us we agree on that opinion. But maybe I'm lucky that my wife seeing the old generation type. They are those ones that they don't want to leave their husband, they don't want to get divorced. No matter what happens, they stick to their man. But
Not
nowadays,
the
a
not the
lot of
not
women.
the Sorosuke one. Not the Sorosuke one.
Uh, if it is, let me say I cannot marry Sorosuke, why? Because I will know that this one will finish me. It's glaring from the beginning. You will know, unless you are just deceiving yourself. Because the Sorosuke will show you. If you like see some lady that they are so flamboyant, it's like showing off every time, looking their face every time, like blah blah blah. You know you are in trouble. If you are the one providing the financial resources for her to look flamboyant, the moment that resource is no more there, she's gone, man. So that is the problem. Because those ones that are flamboyant, they go for any man with the fat pocket. If you cannot provide it again, she will leave you. And those ones that always crave for okay feminism, equality, and something like that. Fine. If you are doing that, then the table must be flat between you and your husband. If the husband is bringing
Remy,
$50,
let me tell you something funny. Now in Victoria and Melbourne, now they have a group of Egbe Kilo Koshi, those ones that have divorced their husband, they've collected all the house. They have a group now.
Or they do. No, no, they do it.
Oh my God!
No. Those ones. Their job is to go. I mean, my ex. I think I've said that before on this platform. My ex was she's still a divorce lawyer, and that the reason why we stopped dating back in the day was because when she told me the way they rope men in, I'm like, no, you're going to hell. They will even set the men up with women. They will say,
yeah.
oh, just say he beat you, he abused you, because that's one of the way they can get you out of the marriage. So because that will destroy the man now. So to them, Thomas, divorce is not enough.
Mm,
Oh, they also want to destroy that man as well.
Yes,
So,
mm.
exactly.
so it's not about just divorcing alone. That's not enough. They want to destroy because let's say you're in healthcare now as a man. Once they rope you with child abuse or women beating,
Your license can be withdrawn. You're all suspended. Yeah.
you see the problem now. So they really want to destroy that man. So once you start having your friends hanging out with all these people, I want divorcee at work in health. In healthcare, it's a pandemic. All those nurses, they are mostly divorced feminists, anyways. Once you have your sweet girl from Nigeria that is a born again Christian, start hanging out with them. Over time, she will blend in, and before you know it, voila, then if you're not
But
careful,
the funniest thing, they will divorce their husband and start dating other men.
I'm
That's the
telling
shit I don't
you,
understand. That's what I don't
they will
understand.
even bring the man
Yeah.
into your house. So
Baba T, hold on. To our listeners, if any female can come in, I think we are now anti. You
no,
want-
no, 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 Thomas, we are
No,
not
no.
anti
For
anything.
me, for me, generally, I don't want religion to come in between us. I am a Muslim and my wife is a Christian, and I allow her to practice her own religion. But from the beginning, when we were in Nigeria, I told her, Omo, there is no night vigil, oh. There is no Monday, blah, blah, blah. And if you go to church, if your church is 2 hours, after your 2 hours, come back home. So we made it clear from the beginning, and she does not also stop me from practicing my own religion. And I also don't go to night, blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah.
Remy,
Yeah.
listen to me. I have seen where a woman was going to divorce with a man. It was her pastor that came to the house to pack her stuff out with her friends. Even the
So
friends
that is
showed up.
what I don't
I'm
allow.
telling you, even forget that they are creating that church too. Even they are also encouraging that as well. The man of God came to the house to pack our stuff out with our friends. A man of God take Parija.
So that is the problem a lot of our people have. They put their marriage in their pastor hand or their far hand. For me, the point is that you cannot bring any pastor to my house, which I don't bring any alpha to my house. So we both understand this thing. And you cannot stay in a church like you are going to Monday church or Friday church or Thursday church. I don't allow that kind of thing because I know that they use religion to pin you down. It's very easy to use religion to pin you down easily. So I believe in God, but at the same time, I don't allow all this sentiment that comes along with it. So that is the problem we have. And you can see a lot of the so-called born-again Christian or born-again Muslim. If you really look deep, you will see that it's all lies sometimes. It's not really truth. Because when I was in the university in Nigeria, I saw a lot of born-again Christians. You would think they are very old. And sometimes I see them behind the tree. They are robbing them. So sorry for my language. I was like, it's not sister Lagwaja or brother Lagwaja. So it's all lies. And when you go to developed country, I think they are the one that brought all this religion to Africa. How many of them go to churches? I have a friend in Perth in Australia. When he went to Australia, he said initially he started going to Yoruba church in Australia. But every Sunday or every Friday, they must donate money. It's when he donates money, he said, no, I'm not going to this church. He has to change his church to white man church where they do not donate money. So you can see.
Remy, if you want to finish yourself as a Yoruba or Nigeria, if you reach Australia, go to a Nigerian church. You are finished.
That is what he did initially.
They will finish you. I don't go to Nigerian church here. No.
He's coming to donate money, tire until he changes church. Why is it working for them? And that is the mentality in Nigeria. A person that is earning 50,000 naira in a month, the money is not enough for him. He will continue to take the money to people that will use the money to buy private jet and build school that his children or he or her or him cannot even go. So there is a lot of people in that country are very gullible. They are using religion. It is one thing. Look at the last election that took place in Nigeria. You can see clearly that Obi used that religious sentiment very well. And it works for him. And you see all these Pentecostal churches. In fact, I don't know. I think it's high time that we have to have a constitution to really check their book and curtail them a little bit. Because they are the one eating up the polity and all of those things and most of our young people now, they cannot even think deeply because we're in the age of social media. And they just believe what their pastors say. Anything they hear on social media, they just believe it and grab. I just think that's wrong. So there is a lot of things that, oh my God, I think we are in a confusion state in this world. So many confusion everywhere in the world. How can you,
Remy, how did we get into politics now? From
No, there's also a political angle to it as well. Remy, there's also a political angle to it. Economic in America, for instance, now black single women are the one that spend the most on discretionary services. So the government want them single. When you're a single woman, you spend more money. So to them, they encourage that shit. If you're married, in our own country, in America here, single households spend the most money in terms of because if you're married, you tend to do more kind of right? You're more conservative. Men naturally don't spend on necessary things. You want to curtail things for family. If you're single and you're strong, independent, you spend more.
Yeah.
You just look at the data. You tend to spend more money.
So when you look at when you flip it a little bit and you look at the disadvantage part of it, then they are making the world more promiscuous. Because if a lot of people remain single, they can do whatever they want with their body. So that is it. And if you remain single, then you buy more perfume or cologne, you buy more clothes, you buy more shoes, you go out to bars and cars, and you are right. But when you flip it to the other hand,
if you are married, you're not going to be spending money on anything now. You're more
when you flip it, more from don't procrastinate anymore. They don't have children. Why that's why they are looking for you to do all this job for them.
Remy, fix your mic, Remy.
You are breaking, Remy. You are breaking.
But Remy. Anyways, you have more money to spend. Remember, they need you in the workforce as well. So guess what? You'll be working overtime to pay those bills. You'll be picking up extra shifts.
Babati,
Yeah.
the single mother, this I saw them, they struggle a lot here. I don't know about America.
Thomas,
No,
listen to me.
I told you they struggle
It's the
here.
same thing here now. It's the same thing here in
but
America.
we know
They struggle
Thomas,
financially. They struggle.
Thomas, see, listen. You know they say the genuine tears of a woman is what is behind the scenes when nobody's watching. You see all these women forming. I have professional friends that make bank. They're on TV. You see them on TV. They'll be feminists, but behind the scenes they are depressed on pills, on medication. So I'm telling you, it's not even that struggling. They've been raised to be delusional. I don't need no man attitude. They've been raised in that kind of environment. Behind the scenes, they know the truth. But you know, women sometimes, so thorough now, they lie to themselves a lot. They don't, like men now, we like tell Omar, you are fucking up, but they don't do that. So even that is the reason why you will see women sometimes, once they are of a particular age, they'll start asking Thomas for advice. They will lead their friends, they'll come and ask you for advice because they know you tell them the truth. Women don't really share that kind of perspective in this environment. So forget the struggling thing. It's a mentality kind of a problem. That's the way the society has raised them to believe. And I'm telling you, they are professionals though. And once again, they make money, they have everything. One was even telling me the other day, she said, oh, what should I do? She wants to freeze her eggs. She's like 42 years old. Freeze her young. It's like, she's like, let me freeze my egg, or maybe I should go for adoption. I'm like, Nelia, you're like, why do she's like, I can't find anybody, nobody in my class, nobody in my level. I'm like, wait a minute, you are 42 years old, you are looking for a single black man at 42, 45 with no children that makes $500,000. They are so, no, I'm telling you, they're so delusional. I'm telling you.
Very delusional.
Very, very delusional.
Yeah.
I said, Nelia, listen to me. I said, if you find any black man in his 40s that is single, looking for a woman, he probably look for a white woman or look for somebody younger. Nobody is going to go marry their, as a man now. If you are 40, no, you're going to date a 40-year-old woman now. You want somebody younger. But in her mind, because she goes to, because she works out, she does Botox, she goes to work out her body because she looks good for her age. In her mind, she's still acting like she's in her 20s. That's the way she's still behaving. In her 40s, though. I'm telling you, it's no joke.
Mabati, you're able too far. Ask any lady if they would trust any man that is in 40s, that is a millionaire, has a house, have a good car, and you come to that tell them that he's single. If the lady will believe him, no lady will believe a man that is comfortable and is twice his age, that he's single, does not have kids. That girl will tell the man outright, like, you are a liar, you are a player. Because a man,
for something there, woman. What 2021?
Remy, we can't hear you. Remy, I'm sorry, we can't hear you. Maybe you go out and come back. You can come back in. The link
guys,
is in the comment section.
So guys, please, this is not a female bashing session, okay? This also happens on the male side as well. Okay, there are delusional males as well. So it's not like I'm bashing any female or male. Just to let you know that on both sides, people are delusional about what they can actually get in relationships. In fact, you are broke, you are living with your mom, but you want to date a model that is 7 or 8 on the scale. Who are you fooling? You are fat, you don't work out, you don't dress very well, you smell.
Come on, Babati.
No, we are guys now. You're a man, you're supposed to work out, look good, get tailor, dress well, perform everything. But you don't work out, you are overweight. You don't take care of your skin. Then you say, oh, all women don't like men. So there are also people that are very crazy too on the men's side, though. So it's not like I'm not bashing females. Just to clarify before they jump on me.
I'm not bashing. Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. Very, very
Okay,
good.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Let me
bashing
come in.
women too. I love beautiful women. I love women that come with a colors and
Hey,
different styles. Yes, I love
that's
it
good.
that way. But reality must be told. Even any man, I don't, even if you are 60, you're supposed to also look nice, smells nice.
Mm,
Do you know when
mm.
you ask a lot of African women, they will tell you why they prefer Nigerian men. Nigerian men, most time, they take care of themselves. They want to look nice, wear good clothes, smells nice, shave. If they want to leave beard, that is why they like Nigerian men. But reality
Like
must be
Babati, like Babati. Babati have like 100 perfumes, 100 perfumes.
but reality must be told. You can be 40 and look like 30s. But there are some things that you know that it's not easy to get. So if you are looking for a man that is 40 or 45 years that is still single, that means that guy is a player. He's a player. If he's not married by 45, that means he's a player and probably he has played a lot of women or a lot of women has played him or whatever. So, and freezing your hair, adopting a child, yeah, I respect that. If that's what you want, fine. But don't complain at the end of it that you don't have a husband. You cannot have both at the same time. If you want to adopt, go for your adoption, fine, and be happy with it. If you want a man to be the father of your kid, there must be give and take. The problem we are
But
having now,
Redmi, well, females, the ladies has a mentality now that everybody will not get married. That is the rhetorics we normally hear from them. That
yeah,
is it important?
I think
Is it important to get married?
it's because of the environment they find themselves. If you go to Nigeria now, there are so many women looking for husband they could not find. Even if they find one, they stick to him, whatever he has a job or he does not have a job. But when they get to advanced country and they have income to themselves, and then some of them that can make more money than their husband and they don't have that humility, then the man is in deep trouble. You better leave that woman as quickly as possible because she will make life a hell for you. So
Remy,
a lot of them,
Remy, let me ask you that attitude. Don't tell me the man did not see it during the dating phase. You will have
so
seen
that
something
is
that will
what
tell you.
initially, if you listen to me carefully, and I also support your assertion that married with the same league, because when you are dating, you will see that kind of something from that woman in the beginning, no matter how he hide. Because I see a lot of young ladies or women nowadays, they have a lot of attitude. Someone was telling me that she has a boyfriend and the boyfriend have to send food to her, do the grocery, do so many things for her. But by the man also took her to his country. But when they got to the country, she found out that the man already have another wife in that country, and because of that, she has to she she break it up with the man. But I asked her, the, you dated this man because this man was the one financing you. I said, yeah, it's true. The man has a lot of money. He has everything. So is that money that you are really dating, not love? Now you don't want to be second wife, but you enjoy the life. The luxury things this guy bought for you. You like it, but now you don't want to be second wife. So you can say a lot of people want the luxury life, but at the same time they cannot accept the aftermath of it. So if you want to have this luxury life, then be prepared that your husband will have several wives or several baby mama. It's just like some people that are dating all these superstars. So you should be ready that you are not going to be the only woman in his life. So I don't understand. So sometimes so some of the men should also have to be blamed. Let's to tell ourselves the truth. Some men too, they don't want to work hard, they are lazy, and they want to live a good life. They are delusional too. I have a friend that is already more than 40. He has never married. He only believes that one day he's going to eat it big. When are you going to eat it big? We have been working together for like 2 years. So, so, so it's not only women alone. And they continue to think, I will eat it one day. And when are you going to eat it? You have to, a lot of we guys who we don't want to build from the scratch. My father told me that you have to build whatever you have from the scratch. And when you build, there will be a lot of sacrifices on your part. And before you know, you'll be fine. But nowadays, most of our young guys, they don't want to build nothing. They just want to like look at what is happening in Yoruba land. It's so disgusting that you can see a lot of our guys are into money rituals. For what reason? How can a boy of 17 or 18 years old have millions in his account and the parent will be supporting him? And then you will be a kind of flamboyant lifestyle. So you see a lot of trouble, and I think that's I call orientation. The orientation in that country is totally it's totally yanked off. And for a woman coming down from that orientation, that no parental guidance, nothing. When she gets to abroad, she can do whatever she likes. She can decide, okay, fine, I can change husband every year. She doesn't care. Because the law protect her. So look at where she's coming from first. There is no orientation, nothing, no guidance, nothing. And you go and pick that kind of girl from Nigeria to marry you in America, you are toast.
Toast. Like bread.
It's true.
Wow.
Because the other day they were telling about a story about a man that went to Nigeria to bring the wife, and what happened? Already. That is the problem.
Is this going to Nigeria to go and bring wife? To me, I don't see something bad in that, because what happens to those one that you go and get from Nigeria, it can happen again to the one you marry in America or in Europe, in Australia. Same can happen. I think
it's fine.
yeah.
At least the one you brought you married us in Canada or Australia, you did not pay ticket. You did not do wala for resident permit or visa. You do not have to pay money to parent or whatever, or whatever. You don't need to do all those kind of stuff. But now you do all those wala for 1 year for her to come down here, and after 2 years she dumped you. It's more painful than you meet each other in Canada. Okay, fine, we can go our separate with no wala. It's something like that. Now you labor hard, do something like that, and you expect that, okay, when she comes back, she's going to be different from those ones that are in Canada, America, or Australia. And before you know it, she's
about Remy, is the man not guilty in this? Can we put everything on the lady?
No, I'm going to blame you.
Hang on, wait. You know, it takes two to tango. It could be at the man. It could be the man doing the wrong thing.
You are right.
The lady wants to alt out. You know what I mean?
You are right. But another thing I find about men is that men should also be careful. Look at men that surround that guy also. Show me your friend, and I will tell you who you are. Because in abroad, they are in developed country. If you meet the right person, they will channel you through how the system really works. But a lot of our people, sometimes they want, because of ego, or because they want to show that we are here before you, or they want to control your life. And unfortunately, like you know, we live in women's world. If you are too close to your mom, or you are too close to a lot of family, there is tendency for you to also behave that way. Most men nowadays, some people don't think critically before they venture into whatever they want to do. Some men are very smart, they can read in between the lines, but most men, they cannot read in between the lines. They just believe that, fine, like you said, just like any other man, if you see a beautiful woman in the street, or your head is already like, oh my God, she's so pretty. You are not thinking. You are just thinking, oh, can she be mine? Can I talk to her? So some men don't think critically before they venture into whatever they want to do, especially when it comes to relationship. And in relationship, nobody is perfect. Like everybody just have to manage one another. If you are lucky to have a listening wife, and if you as a husband, you're also the listening type, your relationship might probably work. And support that both of you also have the financial to help the family together. That'll be fine. But in the essence that you are the only one providing all the financial, and the woman just sit at home and also like make jest of you, or also compare you, there is a day you'll be mad that how you are doing the work while she is the one spending all the money. You'll be very mad with her. So men also have to check themselves. Unfortunately, you see, I told you a story about somebody that is 45 still thinking I'm going to eat it big one day. So it's both ways.
Some of our men do not understand when you are married, you have to change your cycle of friend or change the way you think. For example, when you are single, you always go out on weekends. When you are married, you have to reduce your hanging out with your friends on weekend because you can go out one day, your woman will take it, but going out the next two weekend, she might not like it. You have a wife, so you at least you spend time with her. So some men don't know when to distinguish that, know when to
Yes.
like stop. Now I'm married, you have to like my have a friend. When I was doing my club business, I'm always out. This is my wife can tell me anything. But when I stopped my club business, I started doing all that, do my container, buying solar, doing all this stuff. I hardly go out on weekend. I don't go out. And so my American friend will call me, let's hang out this weekend. It's it's left for me to decide yes or no. And I'll look at it as bigger picture. If I hang out this week, in next 4 months, I'm not going out. When they call me, I'll tell them, what will I tell my mother where I'm going to? There are things I
Mm-hmm.
cannot do anymore. You have to give up
Yes.
those things. Marriage is a
Yes.
sacrifice you have to make.
Yes.
People just think marriage is just when you come together, you are happy. Marriage does not bring happiness. That's what people don't even get. It's a union you come together and do the needful for the nature, for yourself, and for the lady.
Yeah.
For the continuation of existence. It not necessarily means it has to be sweet or bitter. It's how you live in it that determine your sweetness or your bitterness. I
Hmm.
tell a lot of people,
Hmm.
don't think if you get married you become more happier or you get married you become more richer. No, it's your duty to be happy, and that is the duty for the lady to be happy. You people come together and stay happy. If one of you is not happy, there's no way it's gonna work. Some women just think if I marry you, my life will be better. I'll be happy. Now I'm lonely and nobody's making me happy. When I marry, my husband will make me happy. That's the problem. They now give the man double uh, load to carry. But
Yeah.
you just forget to do the most common thing, the most simplest thing is this: just make yourself happy and let this
But
man be happy. People
sorry,
come
but the
together.
problem we are having nowadays is because a lot of men or women, they want to claim independency, they want to claim personality. This is my personality and I want to
Yeah,
maintain it. I want
yeah,
this is the way I want it. You cannot change
yeah,
me. You know me before you marry me. This is the kind of life I live and I still want to continue
yeah.
to live that kind of life. I
Thank you,
want to
thank you. That's
depend
another
on
thing
you.
we need to talk about. Some
So
kids
that is
have a
the issue now.
yeah.
How
Thanks
do
for
you
talking about it.
control a big personality? Who is
Yeah,
more bigger? Who is more egoistic among the
y-
two of you?
yeah, true.
So,
Yeah,
so
let quickly say this. There's this problem between parenting. Some of these kids, both men or women, they have this problem of bad parenting. Now they understand or they understood they have bad parenting. I know it's difficult for them to change, but at least try to make an how will I say amendment to it. At least you are trying. Rather telling people to accept you for your own bad behavior. Nobody will accept you for your bad behavior, lack of character, lack of attitude. Then you say is your personality. That's not personality. Same with for men too. I always tell my friends, try and put things in process. Anything that have a working process has a headway. You might not hit 100%, but at least have a working process. Like a guy that always go out and drink. Now you are married, your wife is complaining. Try and reduce it. Your wife will understand. I know you cannot stop it, but at least you're making an effort. You're not reducing. You're behaving well. I don't understand if you understand what I'm trying to say.
yeah, I
You know,
would
but
do.
but some people don't just accept. They don't try. 6 o'clock, yeah, woke up 6 o'clock, started drinking. Then when the woman
So
complains, say, no, it's my
yeah,
personality.
in addition, when you get married, you already know you already lose a lot of freedom
Yeah, if
because
that's gone, it's a prison.
it has to go away. You have to be there for your kids. You have to be
Yeah,
there for your wife. You also have to be there for so many other people that are attached as in family side.
yeah,
They will need your suggestion, your advice, your
yeah,
guidance.
true.
So that is the problem. But if you are lucky to marry a woman that understands this, then you have a happy home.
I
But
mean, let me
if you
tell you,
marry a man or a woman that is too egoistic, always want to say, this is how I want it to be run in my house. Nobody changed my law. I'm the man in the house every time. It's a big issue also.
wait, let me
That's
tell you
why,
guys this. Let me tell you
yeah,
guys
it's,
this. For 1 year now, I've not been to work, but I still like because my job I can do it through online. I have my yard, I have 2 yard, and I have my uncle that's supporting me. I have my auction license. I can go on auction, buy what I want, and I already have contact that people call me and bring supplies. Because of that, when I have this my fourth child, my son. My wife has a bit of complication, pregnancy complication, falling into depression, nervousness, and all that. And I did not think from that day, like a month before delivering date, I stopped going to like going out to buy my stuff, traveling, because I always travel. I'll be home for 1 year. Nobody told me to do that. I just have to give her that sacrifice. When she gave birth, my son only sucked her mom's breast for only 1 week because she started being on strong medication, so it's not good for the child. She went back to the hospital after 1 week. She was in the hospital for 2 weeks again. Then when she came back, we went to circumcision. First time she saw how they cut, because these white people, they don't say, they have not really seen blood. She was saying how they were circumcising my son. Since that day, she could not even hold my son. I started giving my son a bath from 3 weeks old till date now. Now, all these things I'm doing, I took the decision to do it for this lady, right? She's young. My wife is just 29 years old. When I met her, she was bearing 19, 20 when she bear my first child. Now, between 80 years, she has bear me 4 children. Now, bearing the fifth one. The fifth one is coming by July. I have to take that critical decision that I have to support this woman. It's not easy for her. She's young. She don't have that experience. I did not go to work. She know I can do my business from home. I'm home. But me home, I still give her $3,000 every month. On the 25th, I'll put the money on top of the table. It's there. I've done buy clothes. I bought her a new car. She go to she work with Japan micro visa support. Do visas for people to come in, check your visa and support your visa. I said you can go sometimes, so you have this change of environment because of her condition. Go out, come back. I'm home taking care of these kids, and she was telling me since last week now that I'll be home because my son is starting school next week Monday, so now I have freedom. But I sacrificed for 1 year. How many people can do that?
So that works for you very well and it's come out fine. But what I don't subscribe to is that everybody knows the kind of personality they have. Because I listened to the other time, they were talking about that woman told about her reality, about her experience. Deep inside her heart, she knows the kind of personality she is. And that she must know that this is what is good for me or this is not what is good for me. If she's looking for a man to complement her, she must look for a man in the same league with her. That is because experience, if you're already married and have a kid and then you divorce, that's an experience. It's a bad experience. That thing, and if you want to marry again, you should zero it in your mind. It's better relax, calm down, and look for a man that you want to spend the rest of your life with. It's give and take. If you don't want to be give and take, you want to control every time, that will be a problem. And some people will come here, they will tell us that, oh, their marriage was rosy, this is my big personality. But I don't totally believe that, because what they really practice at home sometimes is different from what they are tuning out here, what they are speaking out here. So maybe this guy, so one way or the other, for you to stay in a marriage for 20 years, there might have been a lot of trouble within you and your husband that both of you really managed together and you are able to stay together till this time. So that is because, as we know, everybody have individual character. So you have to just marry it when you get married. Like for me, I have 2 lovely daughters and I allow them to choose the religion they like. And some of them will follow their mother. One of them will follow their mother to the church, and the other one will say, oh, Father, I want to pray with you. Oh, so it's fine with me, because at the end of the day, I can't tell them this exactly what you should do. They have their own mind. So they should follow their own mind. My own is just to guide and protect, and God willing provide the financial support for the family. My wife also works very well. She makes a lot of money, but still, she will also spend my money, no matter what I do.
Of course,
so I know she's also making a lot of money, but she will spend mine every time.
Wait, I just told you I give my wife $3,000 and I'm at home. She doesn't worry that I don't go to work. But if I short a day, it's war. But what she recognizes, she always say, you are a good father. I don't think any man can do this. You are home for 1 year. Yeah, I'm home for 1 year. When you tell me it's enough, let me go back to your work. Rather, she still want to extend it. Women, my wife, I don't even know how much she receives, though she spend her money.
But what is? Isn't it the requirement in Japan that the guy has to pay the woman?
Yeah, Japanese culture, the woman receives your salary.
Is it the culture or is it the law there?
The culture. Not a law, it's
Not a law.
culture. Not a law, no. My salary comes to my salary comes to my account anyway, but their culture, the salary goes to the woman's account. If you go to a factory or a company, they'll ask you which account, where's your wife account? Should you pay to your wife account or pay
Yeah,
to
well,
your account?
that's what I meant to say, because I think I heard that when a man works,
Yeah.
the money goes to the.
Yeah, it's a culture because you have the option to say my account, or like I have some Pakistans that use my lifting rights. I have a lifting right. I can lift all these batteries, use stuff, and other component. So there's some Pakistanis that don't have a resident here, so they cannot get that license. So they apply for it. They use my lifting right now. Paying the company there's a intermediate company. The intermediate company, they call me or they call my wife. Sometimes I prefer to call my wife because Japanese is deep. I'm not really too good in Japanese like that. If they ask my wife, which account is it your account will pay to my husband account? He will laugh at me. He will tell them my husband is Nigeria. He wants his money. Or if they ask for that, tell them no, my account. But it's not a law. It's a culture. Rashama, I don't know if you're hearing me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, it's a culture. You have the option to say no or yes. But if you're working for a company or a factory, you give them your wife account. They'll put that money in your wife account, but there are things you benefit. Your bonus, they'll put your bonus in your account. Your wife don't know about that, so you can spend for yourself. But your salary goes to your salary will be going to your wife account. Your wife will move the
And
rent.
so our own money is our own money, but your own money.
Yes, our own money is our own money. Yes, our own
but
money is
your
our
own
own money.
money is both of his money.
Your own money, they'll plan your own money. Then he will take your rent. They will give you a bus pass. Money you use for your bus. It's
I
your
know.
bus for
Hold
a
on
month.
now. I know. You as a man, you will go work. You go carry money, go put inside your wife or your wife
Yes,
account.
so.
But
Yes,
our own money, go into your own account. Our own account will go.
yes.
What piece? So when
Uh,
you get the job, you put your wife account number down for the
yeah,
company to pay to your wife account.
yeah. The
Are
company
you
will ask you first. Not if you.
okay?
They'll ask you your wife account. Where's
Who
your wife
does
account?
who does that? Who
It's
does that?
Japanese culture.
Really?
It's Japanese culture.
So
Really?
what if you
Yeah.
both of you are signatory to that account?
Well, that's the account you provide. You'll put
Okay.
there. First thing they'll ask you your wife account. If you say no, and I need my account, then they'll say, okay, bring your
What
account.
about people that are not married or divorced?
No, if you're not married, no. If you're not married, no, they don't ask you. But once you are married, because when you are married, your salary is different. Once you are married, your salary structure is different.
Oh,
Your
really?
flexibility. Yeah. In Japan. Like now, if I want to work, like my wife now, she's going to have the fifth child now. Like she's pushing, like she's just saying that I should stop my company and let me go to Japanese government. They will give us a lot of incentive because 5 kids in Japan is like you're almost like a free, like you are free. They'll give you almost everything you want.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's a lot of kids. Like if I leave her now, oh Jesus Christ, she's a millionaire. Government give her everything free, bus pass, school, everything she gets is free, and they'll still give her like $3,000 plus that, and she gets monthly money for the kids, each of them like $500 or 100 or $1,000 each
You know
kids.
what? You know one thing, one piece. I think this kind of culture is suitable for, this kind of people because they're already used to it. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't try that with Nigerian women.
No.
As a matter of fact, they will have a standby babalawo that will constantly put your head in that bottle, in that
but
pot every month because I
but
can
God,
imagine. Yes.
you know the bad part of it. There are some of Nigerian brothers here that has been in Japan for 30 years. They don't have a pin at home. In as much Japan is a rich country that you can work, you get paid well on factory. You don't need any skills. You just work in factory. They'll pay like $4,000, and yet they don't have a pin. This is the kind of situation they face.
Hmm.
Maybe they have 1 or 2 kids, and their wife control them. Most of our uncles that came here earlier before that believe white people are God, so they have that fear or respect for white people. They say Japanese are white. Their wife control them. Many here, even one of my uncles is like that. His salary goes to his wife account, and when you have a child or two, you are dead. She spent all that money.
Wow.
The budget for the kids, the house. You buy it. She'll mortgage it. Buy a mortgage. Her house is very expensive here. Everything's on mortgage, so your money is going for everything.
Wow.
You will be in Japan for 30 years. You don't have a pin at home. There are so many. I can count many.
Man,
You
they
don't have
suffer.
pin at home.
Man, they suffer for real.
Yes,
Man, in fact, man, they suffer.
and that kind of man, Japan will tell you, Majime, that was a good husband. Then we that is stubborn. I said, no, we'll keep our salary. They'll say, no, you're not good. So, and our brothers have problem here in Japan. When we come here, we tend to live the way we want to live, and that brings problem. When Japanese women, when you meet them when they are single, oh my God, oh God, they were like, you feel you be 2 times the prince you are. They'll so treat you like a king. They will lace your shoe for you. They will lace your shoe, and it's so good that like they read your mind. Anything you want to do before you want to do, they preempt it and do it for you. You understand? Like you just sit down. You're thinking to on the TV. Next, you say the remote control, remote control for you. So they make you so lazy. You're like, oh, this is the woman I want to
So
marry.
what does that continue after the marriage?
That's the wait, nah. They'll spend money on you. They'll buy you gift as soon as you engaged. Start seeing the other side. You know they can talk like typewriter for the next 8 hours, no stop.
Wow.
So many people don't. Japanese men is you know the reason why alcohol sell more in Japan than any other place, and they are the most light drinker in the world. Japanese, before they drink 1 or 2 glasses, they are drunk, but they still keep drinking because they don't want to go home. If they after there's what they call after work in Japan. Is a culture. When the men close 6 o'clock, they get home 1 o'clock. Why? Because they want to get home when your wife is already sleeping. Because when they get home when your wife is not sleeping, it's war. Talk will start problem. So the man just close work, they'll go to a drinking spot and drink and get drunk and go back home every day in their life because their wife is a problem. It's just problem. Not like they have anything fighting for. As soon as they're married, problem start, complaint starts. Then as soon as you have 1 child, you are dead. Not only not that he complained, he turned that child against you. We leave it here. Everybody sees here. Japan. It's their culture.
Could that account for why there are so many single?
Yes, Japan has the highest divorce in the world.
And then what I mean single mom, especially among interracial, well, let me not say interracial. I mean like Japanese that marries foreign men. Like I'm not talking about just black people, also white people.
Yeah, you know much you see the ratio of foreigner that the high, you know how much the high divorce rate of foreigners in Japan. Japanese citizen is more higher. My wife's elder sister dated a guy. They were dating for like 7 years, maybe 6 years. Because Japanese people don't like the men don't want anything like attachment that will be heavy on them. They can date. They'll give you ring for engagement, date for 200 years. They are fine because they know they're not attached to you. You understand? It's a relationship. You have to go home one day, come back. You can live together. You know, the relationship is not married. But as soon as they marry, it's a different ball game, and the men will run. Do you know how many Japanese men that run away from the house? Just run from their relationship. You don't see them anymore. He will just relocate. He will just wake up one morning. He will not come back home again. He will just run from the relationship. That's how they run for their relationship. They don't even tell them, let's break up. That's how they break up. They'll just disappear, pack, go to a different space. Now, my wife's sister was dating one guy for 6 years or 7 years. And they decided to marry. 2019, they decided to marry. And me now, being a Benin man, and my tradition, like I want to go to your marriage. We Africans and Nigerians, we want to go to your marriage. We want to wear the best Ogadewale, right? So your friends' wedding.
Yes,
so
sir.
I want to buy a very expensive suit. The suit is still here. Ted Baker. I bought it about $2,000 to $3,000. Good at that time. Like I'm going to my wife's elder sister's wedding, and I wore that. I bought a suit, nice shoes. I went to a wedding. They did the wedding in, I think, around April to May. Do you believe by July, August, they already divorced?
Wow.
What piece could be I think the problem with that thing
national night is now.
Is it?
It's no good now.
Is it what? So you know I'm meeting here. I mean I'm having late dinner here actually because I've been busy reading. Anyway, yeah. So well, I mean, could it be that I think one problem is I think why it doesn't work between foreigners apart from even Japanese between Japanese and Japanese is that I think there's a level of insincerity in Japanese women, or should we say they do not
You are right. No,
understand.
you are right. You are right. You are right.
They do not understand. Um, I mean, I don't know. Well, I think what I say is I think it's insincerity. They try to like maybe I think it's the cultural thing whereby a woman has to please a man, all those kind of
You are right.
things.
Yeah.
But as soon as they come into the marriage, the perspective changes. They come to they're faced with reality, and they're not really prepared for that reality. They live in this their MAGA or what was it called? This their
Yeah, MAGA life, anime style
yeah
of
anime
life.
yeah something like that yeah. So I mean it's a real pandemic. I'll call it. I mean it's a
Yeah, right now in Japan, the ratio of people not getting married and kids, unborn child is a serious pandemic here. It's not too far yet. I think 2030 or 2030, yeah, by 2030, Japan will lose almost half of the population because they have more older people than younger people. There's a big vacuum between 60 and 30. Now, most people in Japan, now they hire like 75 years old to look after 85 and 95 years old. You can imagine. There's no workforce. There's people so old, people don't die like that. Now, the younger ones don't marry, they don't bear kids. So there's a big vacuum. No people to fill that space between 40, 45, 60 to 70. Yeah, they are shorting almost 100 million people from that space. So if these people, and Japan is about 150 million. So if they have more older people, so by 2030, they say, to run it to like 2050, all these old people they have now, they have many people in Japan right now that is 80, 85, 90 right now. My wife's father is 85 to 90. There are some people 100 years, some people 95 years. So in 2030, most of these people will be dying. Those are in 90. So they're going to lose almost like 10 to 20 million, like one day. Not like in one day, but in one cycle in 2030. And there's no uh, 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 people to cover that space. In Japan, as big as Japan, that's 150 million. Their childbirth rate at last year was, I think, about 700,000. But not move up to a million. So how can you cover the space? So the problem. The girls are not getting married. The men don't want children. The older ones are not dying. The elderly ones that are supposed to cover that space, but after the war, America gave them too many vaccines. Those people are dying of cancer. The older people don't have cancer. So it's a pandemic in Japan, and the government is not encouraging. Something they're raising in the parliament. The government is not encouraging people to meet again. And the workforce in Japan, because they are racist to themselves, I would say racist because they believe in themselves. They don't want to bring other people into their workforce. I understand they are protecting their technology. A lot of people are not working, so women are now working with the men. So they work like mad dog. There's no like Sunday off in Japan, like this traditional work. We work from Monday to Friday, then we are off. No, it's not like that in Japan. In Japan, you could have like 6 days in, 1 day out, or 2 weeks in, 3 days out. You understand that right now? Like cycle of work. You could be working. You could meet a girl. You ask her, she like you. She will tell you, okay, the next time I will have time to hang out with you is 2 months time. Her schedule's already filled up. She's working, she's busy. That's why in Japan, when
how
a
many
girl
hours
meet
per day? How many hours per day?
Japan, you can do up to like depends, 14 hours, depend 8
14
hours.
hours for six
Yeah,
days? That's
yeah,
insane.
yeah. People go mad. There's a work stress that, but Japanese government have put so many law to reduce the work stress and fatigue. Now, the problem in Japan, because Japan is so developed, you could be in Texas working in Florida. You ask me how? How come? Because they have bullet train, they
No
have
bullet
train
trains.
everywhere.
Okay.
You understand? So your train can take your workplace. Now you can maybe your house to your workplace is like 2 hours or 1 hour train. And because the train network is so connected, it's so arranged, so structured that you could just take one single train that will take you to your workplace, like almost close to your like 10 meters to where you work. You understand? Or 30 meters, it's not too far. It's your station. So you can now, if you are going to work somewhere that far and you start work by 8 o'clock, that means you wake up like 6 or 5, get ready, catch your train. Before your train gets to your workplace, you get there like 7:30, clocking 8. You work. Normally, you have that normal 8 hours, but there's overtime that will take you like 12 to 13 hours, which is normal all the time. So by the time you work and get off work by 6 or 8 o'clock in the evening, before you catch that 2 hours train again, you'll be home by 10 midnight, right? Now, not talk about if you miss your train or you have to walk home. So time before you get home, you'll be 11 midnight. at home every day of your life, that you don't even know your neighbor. You could walk for like 10 years, you don't even know the next man and you don't even know the next street, what's happening in the next street. So that you see sometimes you meet a girl here in Japan, she will first sleep with you before you start asking her out, because there's no time to ask out, because they have this one day off. That day off they have, so a day before that day off, the night of that day off is a free day, because she's not going to work on Wednesday. So she'll go out that Tuesday. She finish work. From there, she go to bar. She already make plans with her friends. So we'll go to a bar to drink or eat, talk with her friends. Then if you meet her in that position, they just talk, just get warm her up. Like we say, warm her, just get her excited, talk with her, gist with her, make her happy, get her excited, drink. That's it. She go with you. And funny enough, you won't see her again for the next 10 years. If she likes you so much, she'll give you a number. You can call her for the next 3 weeks. She will not pick your call. Send her text. Then she'll reply like oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy. That's why I didn't take your call. How are you and the rest? Before she reply you again, will be under 1 month. So the work ethics here, the work here is so hectic that is a problem again for the Japanese.
I think the only country in Asia that is, I mean, very developed country in Asia is, I think it's Korea. Korea seems to like have a very good work labor laws. I think
Rational, ma'am, I'm sorry for cutting you. I'm very sorry.
okay.
We have to shut down at 8 hours prompt. Yeah. So if everybody can have 1 minute, then we shut down at 8 hours. It's almost 10 minutes. They're about to 8 hours. I'm very sorry for cutting you.
It's okay.
Go on.
It's okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, we had a long session today. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And then we've had what piece coming to it, and then tell us his own, give us his own, because it's there right there in Japan.
Yeah, it's
We talk
crazy.
about
Yeah,
it
crazy.
is it is really crazy, like what you're saying.
Yeah, you can come here, you have fun. You want to have sex every day, you can. 10
Oh
times
my
a day.
goodness! Here we go again.
Sorry. Yes, so for
Come
real
on.
in Japan. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
rational mind. If you come to Japan, I cannot give you woman. You will give me.
Oh, yeah, you.
No, for real. See, because here money is not a factor here. Money is not a factor.
It's
here.
just the fun, right?
It's the fun. Like
Yeah.
now, I'm out of that league, that game. I cannot. Like last time I
You
went
the life
no, for real.
around
Last time I went out with my sometimes my old friends, Japanese girls, send me message, let's go hang out. So I hang out with them. So my American friends say, let's go hang out. If I hang out by 12 o'clock, I'm tired. I want to sleep. I want to go home. You know. But the Japanese girl want you. If you can give them that fun, she's all yours. That's all they all want.
No, they tempt me. You tempt me. As they tempt like this, you
I
tempt
know
me.
they tempt you. I'm telling you. You know, I'm not my former Senator Bagutu's son in Lagos. During Ambassador regime. Check who was Senator Bagu. His son came here now. This is my friend.
He got scatter ground there.
First day he land in my bar. Ask him, Mohammed Mo. First day he land in my bar. There was going Sean Kingston. I told him, you will not lost in Japan. Follow her. Go. I said, this is Japan. If you finish, I give her a coin. He doesn't have it. I said, take. This is my number. I wrote my number. Call me. I'll ask train master how to take a train to my station. That's how huh?
Maybe I should even come and do my birthday in Japan.
I'm not joking. If you come, they know the new faces. Like now, my face is old. You that just came, they know your new face. Because you don't speak, don't know anything.
My only problem, I'm supposed to go Hawaii here. I'm not far from Hawaii here, but then you see that Pacific Ocean, it fear me well. So what I go do? I go have to go.
If you can cross that Pacific Ocean,
I know that one. They scare me
good. But I don't advise you to marry them. But if you come for fun,
you know, they tell me I come for fun. Like they tell me, I know they come for fun.
See,
if
you have friend, let me take. Okay, let me make an example for you in Japan. If in Europe or in America, your wife caught you with another girl, she will fight you, destroy your stuff, and she wants to leave you. In Japan, if your Japanese girlfriend or wife catch you with another woman, she would fight to stay with you. Say, no, I'm not leaving you. I cannot leave you for this woman. You said her husband is beautiful, and so that's why that woman is running after my husband. You know how many times before now my woman has seen condoms, seen messages. My first daughter, she played my phone. They will go and show that I was always going to gym. They go and show my wife phone, date. She still mock me with it sometimes. She did not leave. They will not be serious. You know how many times
Yeah,
my
what is
first
the
wife,
talk? I mean, one little day. Easy to
my
find.
first wife, the one that was daughter I married before. She saw a message. I have a date with another woman. We were talking about nasty stuff, and she called that woman. That woman said, "No, it's not. No, she's dating my friend. Yeah, we're talking about my friend. That one not called me. My wife called. That one didn't even know I have a wife, because that was playing in there. That one know I even have a wife. Your wife called me. I was like, eh? This is what I told her in case you get home, and I go home. Yeah, come. If there breeze other. And I got home. My woman was, who is this guy? I was like, who is this guy? So that's my friend's wife now, a girlfriend now. My wife, my first wife, went out drink with her friend, came back, was saying that when she saw the girl, she went to have a date with the girl. She saw the girl was very beautiful. She came back and tightened up. That one did not leave me. This one did not leave me. Two of them. Then her friend, that was the other one friend not joined. You were three. If you are dating one Japanese girl, you are dating all our friends. It's crazy out here, crazy, but don't marry. Don't marry. Once you marry, you are gone.
Anytime when I go Europe, I go try to see if I go fit connect from
No,
there.
if you come here, it's good. And just
I
this
come
is opportunity and the
there,
rest.
my crosses Atlantic Ocean here. I mean, this Pacific Ocean here. No with me.
No. It's
the
good.
most I could go is Alaska here. So yeah, so
it's good. When you come, see, their club is more crazy. You go to the club today, you pick a girl. Leave.
You don't do now. I should advertise.
Wait, now let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. You pick up a girl, you leave. You pick up a girl, you leave. Tomorrow you come, she'll be the first to blank you in that. She'll come again tomorrow. She'll be the first to blank you. And you just blank her to carry second one and go. Oh, that's it.
One piece, I beg. Look corrupt me.
This country.
Okay,
I will show you a picture. Last time I went out, because I'm out of that league. If you see the half Japanese, half Ghana girl, mad, blood clot. But old school, she was all over me because my Japanese friend with me, my American friend, I used to have clubs, so the club would know me. So the way she put around, she talking to a lot of people who play with, because I've not gone out for a long time. And that was before the election. I said I met some Yoruba military guys came in from, they came on deployment. Some crazy fine boys, big rank army, US Army, Yoruba guys. So we just talking, playing. The girl was all over me. It was cool. I see how the old touches. We talk, play. And she wanted to go home with me that night. But how I want to go away by 3. My son would not wake up. How?
You want me to take second wife?
I want to go. I left that girl for my American boy. Take home. The girl was mad. Want to go home with me. My friend said she went to the club again the other week. He saw the girl blanked him straight up. If you come, rational mind, now you would give me woman, be me with because we don't go for the game. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's free of charge.
Now Tokyo there, I mean, where there?
I think Yokohama. Me, not like Tokyo, even more crazier. Unlike in Yokohama, I like to make a move, be like talk to a girl, spin the girl, no spin. But Tokyo, nah, that is crazy. That is place of foreigner. Crazy thing happen in Tokyo. Crazy. No.
Love in Tokyo now.
Then if you go to the countryside, like Nagoya, oh Jesus Christ. That one, they don't really see black people like that. If you go to those areas, they don't see black people like that. You are the champion. You're the king amongst few.
Thomas, I beg. This guy
I live the life. See, I live the life now. I've said it on this platform.
Live now. Somebody when they run club.
No, I said it on the platform. Do you know I met my second wife? Is it that I was shutting down my club? I met my second wife now. I have my kids for me now. Take him that side. We only had it once and I didn't see her again. After 2 months, she called me, I'm pregnant. You know, it's a mad life. You know how many people have lost, how many Nigerians that have lost their savings in Japanese life? It's fun, like crazy. You could be in the club for 1 week, you're not gone home. That's different club. There's morning club, there's afternoon club, there's evening club, there's the night club. So you can be in the club for 1 week, like you have not gone home. There's this area they call Roppongi. Look it up. It's like a shopping district. At night, that place turn club. In the morning, there's morning club. There's clubs that start 6 a.m. that shut like 12 or 1 p.m. There are clubs that start 1 p.m.
Don't they work? Don't they work?
That's what I'm telling you. Japan, your work system is different. It's 6 days in, 1 day out. So there are people that have off day on Sundays, so they can go to club on Saturdays. There are people that have off days on Mondays, they can go club on Sunday night. There are people that have off days on Tuesdays, they can go to club on Monday night.
On
In short,
Monday night.
yeah. So in short, those that I used to play around. So Monday night was the best night for us to pick up a girl because it's like a reggae night for people that work, that have off days on Monday, like all those girls that do aesthetics, how they call it, all these beauticians, they have money. Also, they have cosmetics, they do hair, they make their crane, they do these things. Because they work Saturday and Sunday is very busy day for them. So Monday is a free day for them. Monday, Tuesday, I mean. So Monday night they'll go to club. You look at them, they'll come to a bad drive, bad girls, man. Will be in the club.
Do they still have this mafia stuff there? This they are so-called.
Yeah, Japan is the only country they have yakuza that have office. Japan yakuza have office. They are licensed. They have office around everywhere. The government, they work with the government, so it's a part of their tradition.
These are constant fighting, and I mean.
No, they don't fight. They don't fight like that. They don't fight. They don't really fight because government engage them really good because they have areas that collect their own money. They have areas they control. You see all this the Toyota Honda, they pay yakuza. If you're in their district, you pay. They don't mind we black people. We don't have money now.
So if you get like if you get like club now, they come and collect their own.
If you have club in your district, you will pay. But what will not make you pay? If you're a black man, how you respect them, they will leave you because say they'll ask you marry Japan, you say yes. I say okay, leave him. This one is suffering now. He just came to look for life.
That one I coded Agbero. Japan get coded Agbero.
They'll leave you. But you share.
Thank you, guys. I have to shut down.
Okay, all right, man.
Yeah, 7 hours, 4:50.
Thomas, you discriminated against me today. You didn't let me join the show.
You always know how you would do now. You just come in now. And one man section is the section you have to do it according to you know what I mean. You know my section is everybody comes.
No worry, all of us in this show, we will sue you, Thomas. You are discriminating against us.
No, I can't do that. Do I have the power? No, I can't do that. I can't do that now.
Class action lawsuits.
What piece? You still want to sue some people? Maybe you will join the suit. Now you want to sue people now. You want to sue people now.
Don't disturb the one. The one has 4 wives, so for full disclosure.
One in Nigeria, one in America, one in Europe.
Alaji Wale.
God knows the road to your house.
That's what.
Do you know what I love about their size? They are pelenge.
Almost confess.
Almost. Don't fall into that place. Thomas, let me tell you this one. The last package before you go. In biology, how they say it, whatever how you proceed. Japanese, how I say it, I don't know, use a raw word. For when it comes to women, whatever, Japanese have the best water, like a water fan. As you start water fountain, you are staying 7 hours there. That place will be like
I beg you.
I think I need to shut down now. Thank you.
Alex would be like a rod of Moses that want to share this. Did you know that they had Moses part the Red Sea? That had their
Thomas, do you know one thing that I thank God for tonight? That War Peace did not say that it was Benin that has the best in the world. He didn't say it was Benin tonight. He didn't say it was Benin that he had the best.
No, Japan. They say in Japan, they say one will say if you go black, you don't go white. Japan will say when you say down is like a yolk, yellow and white. They say you are already gone brown. You cannot be. It's something like an egg. Like you already eating the yolk. As Japan say, if you test a Japanese girl in this life, if you're not good, you'll never be good again. Nobody from Japan. Ask anybody. Oh, you cannot ask.
What piece? Don't
Drop me a number. Drop me a number.
don't
Alágbèrè, alágbèrè, alágbèrè ní gbogbo yín. Alágbèrè ní gbogbo yín.
Do you know how many people have lost? Do you know how many people are Nigerian men that lost their marriage because of Japanese women?
Wait now. Spinner, you have grandchildren. Why are you doing this now?
No, let him come and enjoy.
Why are you doing this? What are you doing?
Alágbèrè ní gbogbo yín. Alágbèrè.
Do you know here? Just my cousin that work with all the Sanusi when they came, the Bismarck when they came 2000 it was 2001 when they came for World Summit. They went mad now. Then my club was still going on. They went mad. It was different every hour. Different type I was bringing. I'll bring like 6, 7 tall, slim, how they want it. And it's command. Once I bring it, it's up to them. Sometimes two girls will be dragging for one of them.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I need to shut down now. Everybody, thank you so much, guys.
I'll send you my number through. I'll give one man to send it to you.
We'll give you one man. Yeah.
All right, no, I appreciate that. All right.
All right. Thank you, everybody. God bless you all. Yeah. Thank you. Rational Mind, Prince, Otumba, Remy, Spina, everybody. You guys are amazing. I hope to catch up again in the next section. Yeah. It has come to the end of the section again. We do it again now, 8 hours. Yeah, that is not joke, man. Thank you. The super chatters, the comment section, you are the strength of the platform. If you are not there, we are not here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm out. God bless you all. Thank you. I'll leave you with
when it offend them, it sweet us. When it sweet us, they never say something. As in the sweet us, you go the pain. As in the pain, you go the sweet us. As in the sweet us, you go the pain. As in the pain, you go the sweet us.
For